Well, bore da pawb and welcome to what is our last assembly of our lockdown 2021. Fingers crossed, because on Monday we're looking forward to our whole school family being back on site together, and we're really excited. So because we're so excited, I've dressed suitably for the occasion, got my Langston uniform out, my Langston tie, and I'm ready to go. So this is a visual reminder, Key Stage 2, especially the children who've been in the hub. Monday, we need you all back in school uniform, please, because school gets going for Key Stage 2. So we're looking forward to that. Okay, so today in our assembly, we're going to start with our Dysgu Cymraeg, our learning Welsh, and today we're going to focus on the weather, a nice, easy topic, I'm sure you're all thinking. So on my slide, if you have a little look, there are 3 parts. First of all, on the left, I've got the present tense. Should my tywydd heddiw? What's the weather like today? And of course, we answer that with mae hi'n boeth a syll heddiw. It's hot and dry today. Or you could just say, mae hi'n boeth heddiw. It's hot today. And that's a language pattern that we're all really familiar with right the way through foundation phase and into Key Stage 2. Other things we can ask around that language pattern are things like, is it fine today? So we would say, ydy hi'n braf now? Or is it fine now? Ydy hi'n braf now? And to answer that in the positive, we'd say, ydy, mae hi'n braf now? Yes, it is fine today. It is fine now. Or, nac ydy, dydy hi ddim yn braf now? No, it's not fine today. So foundation phase, if you focus on that aspect for me through the coming week, I will be really, really pleased. And along the bottom, I've given you lots of vocabulary words that you can use when you're answering this question with your teachers. So I'm just going to run through them quickly. We've got haelog, wyntog, bwrw glawr, bwrw aira, syll, braf, niwlog, boeth, stormus, ddiflas, gymylog, wlyb, oer, and rhywi. Now I'm guessing you know what most of them are, but I would like you as a class, please, to investigate any ones that you're not sure about, and hopefully we'll extend our vocabulary for talking about the weather. And remember, you don't have to say one thing. For example, it's hot. You could say it's hot and dry by just putting an a in the middle. Okay, so foundation phase, I want you to nail that, please, in the week to come. On the right-hand side of my slide, I'm trying to extend Key Stage 2 a little bit further by asking you, what was the weather like yesterday? So we've got the past tense. Sut roedd the tywydd ddoe? Sut roedd the tywydd ddoe? And you'd answer that by saying, roedd hi'n wlyb ddoe? It was wet yesterday. Or, roedd hi'n wlyb a stormus ddoe? It was wet and stormy yesterday. Again, you can just add the a in. And again, if we want to ask some sentences around this, we've got roedd hi'n ddiflas wythnos diwetha. Was it miserable last week? Roedd hi'n ddiflas wythnos diwetha. Okay, and if you want to answer yes to that, you would use the language pattern oedd. Roedd hi'n ddiflas wythnos diwetha. Yes, it was miserable last week. Or nac oedd. Doedd hi ddim yn ddiflas wythnos diwetha. So I'm going to pop around next week because you're all going to be here. I'm going to ask Mrs. Russell to do that as well. And we're going to pop our heads in some classrooms next week and check how well we're doing with these language patterns. We really want you to see you extending yourselves, Key Stage 2, by using the present and the past tense. Okay, so I leave you with that. That's a challenging one for you. All right, and I'm sure you're up to the challenge. Okay, let's have a look now at our learning engagement. And this is the last time we're going to be looking at this. And again, we're just looking at classes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And in the blue, we can see the learning. And in the orange, we can see the Google Meets. So 2 points for classes 6, 7 and 9 for the highest attendance at Google Meets in their learning teams. You'll notice class 6 and 7 actually tied, hence the joint winners there. And then we've also got class 9 in upper Key Stage 2. And then for learning uploads, for sharing their learning, we had a lot of uploads this week, but 2 points for classes 7 and 9 who had over 90%. Diane Lee, well done. We're really, really so proud because it's been 9 weeks of this, and you've still maintained your Google Meet and you've maintained your learning upload. So well done, each and every one of you. We know because of all your hard work at home, you're in a really good place to carry on your learning on your return to school next week. Okay, so moving on now to celebrating all the great learning that's been going on in our school over the last week, moving from class 1 right the way through to class 11. So Dosbarthine Lucamat for helping his peers with spelling during writing sessions. It was lovely to hear him say, I can help you write that. Well done. Excellent, Luca. Dosbarth Dai, Elliot Thorne for writing a fantastic royal wedding invitation, sounding out his words independently. Dosbarth Tree for Jack Jones for amazing effort in all learning. Well done, Jack. Dosbarth Pedro, William Relish for amazing addition. Stevie Hogan, Dosbarth Pimp, super effort in maths this week. Dosbarth Quirk, Toby Royal for enthusiasm and fantastic efforts in all learning. His resilience is improving and his handwriting at home has been amazing, says Mrs. Manley. Dosbarth Scythe, Harriet Kitchen for always challenging herself to do her best. Dosbarth Oith, Alex Davis for all his hard work and resilience with remote learning. Dosbarth Now, Logan Morgan, superb effort in all tasks this week and challenging himself to spicy and succeeding. Well done, Logan. Dosbarth Dirk, Griffith Turner for always coming to our Google Meets with a smile and making an awesome effort. And Dosbarth Indegeen, Eloise Lakeland for consistently uploading learning that shows great progress and is a high level of challenge for her. Well done. Serena Whitnott, we have Hadia for working hard to use and apply Welsh in her prepositional language patterns. Well done. Dosbarth Dai, Connie Tunnicliffe, practicing her Welsh prepositions too. Dosbarth Tree, Amelia Lilly for using great incidental Welsh. Dosbarth Pedwar, Danny Williams for a superb conversation in Welsh. Dosbarth Pimp, Tilly Mae Turnbull for a fantastic Welsh conversation also. Oliver Thorne for constantly trying so hard in all his Welsh learning and challenging himself with each task. Dosbarth Scythe, Asger Usman for always giving her best to learn the languages. And to Dosbarth Oith, Lily Ella Rainbow for using great incidental Welsh in the hub. Dosbarth Now, Sam Green, a super book review on World Book Day in Welsh. Amber Kidd, also a great book review and Cymraeg. And Dosbarth Indegeen, Daniel Monsor also. Well done, guys. So with all this great Welsh learning, I absolutely know you're up for the Welsh Language Challenge this week around the weather using the present tense and the past tense. Okay, I'm going to sit back now and enjoy. I'll see you all Monday, and I'm going to hand over to Mrs. Russell. Da bo chi.
Bore da, happy Friday. And yes, it's the last Friday before we're all back together again on Monday. We're so excited. We've got our school uniforms on. However, don't forget classes 9, 10 and 11, your PE day is on Monday. So we're expecting you back, please, on Monday in your school PE kits. And classes 6, 7 and 8, your PE day is Thursday. So we'll expect you in your uniform on Monday and then your PE kit on Thursday. Thank you so much for your happy and healthy heroes photos. I think when the sun shines, I get a lot more posts. So keep it coming. Now we're into the spring and the nicer weather. We've actually had our first nursery happy and healthy hero. So thank you to Edward Duval. Lovely photo of you and your brother. In reception, we've got Eliza Price in year 1 and 2, Oliver Hawkins and Rigby and Tyrus Hay, and William Duval and Reuben Ashton Saunders. So thank you to those children. In year 3 and 4, we've got a couple of happy, healthy sisters, Lucy Bess and Sophie Bess. And in year 5 and 6, Maddie Hughes and Sam Green. And before Easter, I'm hoping to make a video of all the happy and healthy heroes that we've had this term. So please keep your photos coming. Okay, this term we've really enjoyed having some special guests in our assemblies. Miss Chard has been a star guest a few times. Mr. Smith has been a star guest. I think he flew in one day on his drag, which was interesting. And then I think we had another dragon popped in to see Mrs. Cole last week. However, we've saved our favourite visitor to last. I'm not going to introduce him, but He's a really exciting visitor, and he's here with a special message from us all. So I'm going to hand over now to Mr. Smith.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm here with our special guest today. Can you think who our special guest is? Would you like to introduce yourself to the boys and girls?
Yes, my name is Joseph.
And how are we related, Joseph?
You're my daddy.
Yes, Joseph is my son. He's 8 years old and he's in year 3. And I'm super proud of him all the time. But most recently, Joseph has become a published author, which obviously fills my heart with joy. He's become a bit of a celebrity of the last few weeks. What are some of the things you've been up to recently, Joseph?
Recently, we've been going crazy on websites and news and more.
Yeah, and even last week, Joseph, for World Book Day, was telling a good night story to the children within the Caerphilly borough, okay, which again made me and my wife very, very proud. So Joseph's book started about a year ago and it looked like this. Lots of paper folded over, you can probably see written, okay, and then lots of illustrations inside, all done by Joseph and his mum. And then what does it look like now, Joseph?
It looks like this now, better than ever.
And who helped us with our illustrations?
Maria from Italy.
Maria from Italy. So boys and girls, as a special treat for today, Joseph is just about to read his book to you. Can I just thank all of the children that have sent £8 into school, okay, to purchase his book. I cannot thank you enough for supporting us and supporting Joseph in becoming a published author. So I'll hand over to Joseph now to read his book, The Amazing Nighttime Adventures of Chester and Jeff.
The Amazing Nighttime Adventures of Chester and Jeff. In Sunny Grove Road, on top of a wall, sat 2 cats purring, one big and one small. Jeff was the largest, blue and plump. Chester was lilac and loved to jump. They lived with Joseph, a happy little boy, and all day they would play, laugh, and share joy. But in the night, in the dark, when Joseph was snoring, the 2 cats would go out about exploring. Out in the hallway, behind their bowl, the 2 cats had dug a secret hole, and every night they would run down this tunnel to escape the house and cause lots of trouble. The tunnel led to every house in the street, and the cats would go looking for something to eat. One night they had supper in house number 4, followed by breakfast from the house next door. Each morning the street would wake up in a shock to find their cupboards out of stock, not knowing the cats had been up all night, munching everything out of sight. But Joseph was worried about his 2 mates, as there was always food left on their plates. He wondered why their appetites had ceased, not knowing about their midnight feast. Joseph took Chester and Jeff to the vet, who thought they may have a stomach upset. She gave them a small jab and said not to worry, this medicine would give them more room in their tummy. That night the cats set out on their usual tour and found they could eat double than ever before. They ate tuna, a chicken and 1 big ham, cheese in a sandwich and some toast with jam. Every night the cats continued their feasts and were slowly turning into massive beasts, until all this eating had finally taken its toll when Jeff got stuck in the secret hole. Help me out, Jeff. Quick, Chester, pull. But Jeff's large tummy was just too full. Joseph woke up with all the noise and ran down to see what was wrong with his boys. When Joseph saw Jeff stuck in the hole, he realized that his cats had been out on a stroll. Seeing Jeff's fat belly made Joseph conclude what had been happening to everyone's food. Joseph rescued Jeff as quick as he could, then boarded the secret tunnel up with wood. No longer able to have such a blast, the neighbour's food was safe at by Joseph and Emma Smith.